What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is MoiR. So this week I'm going to be doing a review of the game Rift. And there's two different sides you can pick, the Guardian and the Defiant, and I picked Guardian. And here I'm picking my class. I ultimately go with Rogue, a tank. Rogue's tanking is very interesting to me, being able to blink all over the place. So here, customizing your character, they have a pretty fair amount of options. I do my typical random until I find one I'm remotely satisfied with. As I've said in previous videos, the most important thing to me is the name, not so much the look of my character, because it's mostly covered by armor anyway. I actually do not hide the head item. Uh, so if I'm wearing a helmet, you'll see a helmet. So this is just made my character. This is where you start. It's an introduction to the game and how to move, and things like that. Taking my first quest. Uh, yes, they have mail in the game, and this is completing my first quest. So while I go through completing this quest, I'll just talk about the game itself. I do like the graphics. They're not the best, but they're not exactly the worst either. I mean, I was satisfied with it. The gameplay is pretty smooth. It's pretty responsive as far as when you hit a key that it actually does what it's supposed to. Uh, there's a couple of features I tried to test, which was the looking for a group tool. I was in the queue for over an hour and never actually got into a group. And then the Warfront queue. I was in that for a while also and never actually got into it to actually check it out because I wanted it to be in the video. But yeah, it just never seemed to work. So I'm about to finish my first quest. Yay! So yes, like I said, this is a rogue tank. Probably not the most efficient thing to be leveling with, but I enjoyed it. I I had fun playing this class. Uh, I guess the game wanted me to start with a ranger, which probably would have been easier for leveling, or faster, I should say, because I don't think it was hard. But I enjoyed it. So if you just click this button here, which I'm about to, it's to spend your skill points in the skill tree. Because I selected a predetermined one, which I guess they make you do it. So the interface does have quite a bit of options in it. The one thing I couldn't figure out, which I figure out later, is how to get more action bars. Uh, I didn't realize that it says under interface, it says action bars. You can actually see it there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a seventh one down. Excuse me. But I didn't notice it for some reason. I do notice it later. But yeah, I was not happy with the amount of action bars that I had, and I went to the layout editor, and there was a little confusion for me on, it looks like they were active, but I didn't realize you had to go into the interface options and actually turn them on. And like I said, I do figure that out later. But the game is called Rift for a reason, and later on in the video you will see exactly why that is. A couple of features I did really like was, as soon as you kill a creature, the coins are automatically picked up, even if it's from a group member. I don't understand why all games, this is where I figure out the action bars and how to enable with them. Anyway, I don't get why every game doesn't have the auto pickup coins from creatures. Why wouldn't you want to pick up coins? It should be automatic. It's just funny to me. I didn't really realize until I was playing this game of why isn't it automatic in every game, you know? So, yes, I'm finally figuring out the action bars and how to get them to show up, which is really cool. This is my very first Rift that I'm doing. And yes, I guess this is the first rift everybody does. This is why the game is called Rift. Pretty straightforward. Basically, rifts are things you can run up to. They're tears. Tears in what? I don't know if I know that answer. A tear in space? I don't really know, but they're tears, and you do your little ascended ability. Is it ascended ability or is it planar ability? I guess it's a planar ability. I can't really think of, well, not in the game exactly what it's called. But yeah, you do that and it opens the rift and starts this event that other people can run up and join. So yes, they do have fishing. I actually enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty fun. I didn't spend a whole lot of time fishing, but I thought it looked pretty cool with my little me, my little boar there just fishing away. So at level 10, they give you this uh, trove, ascended trove. I guess every 10 levels you get it, 10, 20, and 30. That's what it's showing. But in there was a 30-day patron pass, which gives you a bonus to experience and a bunch of different options, like your own personal mailbox you can summon. There's a bunch of different things that you get when you subscribe for patron. But like I said, in that box, it was 30 days for free. One of the things that you'll see is the halo above my head, which is part of patron. Here, the wardrobe, I love this feature. I actually went with that. Pumpkin head, I thought it was pretty perfect for the time that it is, October. So yeah, here's Instant Adventures, uh, which are pretty cool. It has two modes, the normal, and then the Intrepid is the hard mode, which I assume just has better experience and better loot. Uh, but I assume this is the reason the Instant Adventure is why the queue for looking for group and the Warfront did not work, because everybody is just doing instant adventures for experience. So here I was showing you the artifacts. I'm not really sure what the point of it is, but throughout the world you'll see shiny objects that you can pick up, or you'll get these rewarded from doing rifts or other events. Like I said, I'm not really sure what the point of it is. I thought this was a cool feature built into the game, record video. You can do up to 720p, and I didn't actually try it out, but I thought it was really cool. This is the rift. It gives you buffs that summon at the rift. That one there was for extra more attack. So they're green, blue, and red. And green obviously heals you. The red is you're doing more attack, hitting harder, or whatever it may be. And the blue was for energy regeneration. And I just picked up an artifact there. Uh, Saw it shining through the bush. Like I said, they're spread throughout the world. And here you can purchase new roles. It's 30 gold for the first role. So my main spec is a tank, which it shows there on this looking for group screen that I tried to do but never got into. But you can set other roles, like whether it's a support role, and you can make your class a support class. So basically you only really need one character in Rift that I'm aware of, and you can just switch them out. You don't need to have a bunch of different characters. So here I'm gonna summon a rift. Yay! And then you see when I did that, the join public group popped up top there. I like that little flash ability or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. There's another artifact next to me. So yeah, there is a purpose to those artifacts. Alright, so here if you right click your portrait up in the top left, you have different options. You can set your group to private or public. Uh, if it's on public, anybody who runs up to you during an event can just put you in a group. So if you're in a queue, it'll remove you. And then here you can transfer shards or servers. It's a pretty cool feature. I just happened to see the return to home one. I didn't know it wasn't on my home shard. So here, the skinning, I thought that was pretty cool. That's more or less to real life. I'm just enjoying my character and how he looks for being the month that it is, October, Halloween. Uh, so I'm just showing that off. I kind of like it. Whatever. People may hate it, but I don't really care. So here I'm showing the Nexus Infusion, which is to upgrade this, whatever it's called, Wardstone. Is that correct? But you use charges that you see the number 1 in my character portrait right there, the planar charges. And yes, here I'm summoning another Rift, which is, I just find it enjoyable just summoning those things. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. It's pretty cool. So then after I summon that Rift, I happen to see these guys spawn here. And I remembered about those. They will actually run off. As of right now, I can't attack them. They're immune until they get so far away. But they're going to go run off and maybe run into a player and, you know, see what happens. Alright, so here I'm at the loom. I'm going to do some crafting with butchering. It does have a pretty extensive crafting as far as different things you can craft. I picked butchering and outfitter, and I'm just making the soft leather with the hide. And I happen to see that you can make a magician's bundle. I thought it was pretty cool because it'll make everything in the scent as far as the crown, the gloves, the leggings, the slippers. It makes the whole set. I've never seen that option in a game before, but that was pretty cool actually. And I liked it. And I like the sell-all feature, the sell great items that they have there. So here I'm queuing for an Intrepid Adventure, which is for you get better experience and I assume loot. And I assume that this is the reason why the queue did not work for looking for group and for the war fronts, because people are just trying to level, and it seems like the best way to level is by doing the instant adventures. So like I said, I think that's why none of the other queues worked. I assume at higher levels they will work once you get max level. But I did enjoy doing this instant adventure, and I'm probably going to be doing it again. I just like this for some reason. I saw this in the room during the adventure, and I want to take a video of it, so that's what I did. Don't ask. I just thought it would look cool. I assume it's a portal to go somewhere. I don't know if it's actually a portal or if it's just something that looks cool. So here, I decide to use my planar charges to upgrade this Wardstone, and I forgot that when you upgrade it, I upgraded it twice, and then somebody else upgraded a third time. I forgot that when you upgrade them, the mobs are harder, and you get elite mobs then also. So that's what you're seeing here. It spawns a bunch of mobs since it's upgraded, and they're elites. And it was a whole lot of fun. There were so many freaking mobs. I loved it. So here's the dimensions. This is the housing that they have in the game. And you can place different things, which case I am placing random things. There is different options you can do as far as when you place it, as far as spinning it, rotating it, changing the elevation up and down. I believe that you can get chest in your dimension. I'm not really sure. You can change the scale of it, make it really large. So, yeah. Alright, so just to conclude my review of Rift, I decided to do an Intrepid Adventure, and then we'll just talk about the game and what I thought. Alright, so this is what I thought of Rift Online. I love the wardrobe feature. I thought that was a really cool feature, and it's shared across your entire account. I love the sidekick feature that you can do when you right click on your character portrait. You could either upscale your level or downscale scale your level. So right now it shows me as level 65. I'm actually only level 24, I believe. So it upscaled me to do this Intrepid Adventure. Thought that was a really cool feature. And the fact that you can actually downscale, like with a friend, like say, you know, they're only level 8, but you're level 20, you can downscale to level 8 to help them, but you'll still get experience based on your true level. So that's a really cool feature. I like the public group feature as far as if there's a rift open, you can run up and just join the public group. So the experience is shared then. I do like the fishing. The fishing was kind of fun. The dimensions, I thought it was okay. I was never really into housing as far as decorating. I really just, even on games I actually play, I just place things in random areas as long as they look somewhat decent. Uh, so the Instant Adventures, yes, I like it. The artifacts are spread throughout the game. They show up as little shiny things, and you get rewards for doing that. I didn't really do a whole lot with the crafting, even though I did craft a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's more in depth that I actually showed. I like that they give you the planar charges to use at the rifts. I thought that was a pretty cool feature. The rifts itself are fun. The teleport to different shards is really a cool feature. Like if you're on a server or shard, as they call them, that doesn't have a lot of people, you can just teleport to another one and see if there's more people doing there. Like I said, looking for group feature never worked for me. I wasn't able to queue. Same thing with the war fronts. The graphics are decent. They're not exactly the best. Uh, but at some point, during this intrepid adventure here, I guess they're not happy about where I was tanking the boss, because next thing I know, they put a sad face on my character, which you'll see here. I'm not really sure what that's about, but whatever. I was just having fun. But my final opinion of Rift is it's a good game. It's a very polished game. It works like it's supposed to. I had a lot of fun. Uh, the instant adventures is a lot of fun, and like I said, that's probably why looking for group does not work, and why you never get into the queue, and why the war fronts do not work and you don't get into the queue, because I believe everyone is just doing the instant adventures to level. So there you have it. That is my review of Rift. Take care.